in the sense that we have come to that point that we have started to make a woman believe that for her to be someone, to be somebody, to empower herself, she either needs to fit into the general idea of being beautiful, or just using violence as a mean, or it's like when I saw the film and I saw that whole Durga Vahini camp and so many girls who participating Miss India, I felt like I know them. Coming from a small town, I know them. Because growing up in small town, when you see these women, you feel like, when you see the girls and you see, I've seen my sister, I've seen people who walk with their head down, they're very self-conscious about their bodies, they're made to. And growing up, there's such a repression that when they want to come into their own, they need that validation from so many other things, and not just from themselves. And this film, without saying anything, camera is just there and it makes you feel so strongly. And it actually shames you. It makes you feel that what are you doing to women around you? And that's one of the reasons why I thought that this film should be released, should be seen. And nothing is, it just, by the end of it, you're so speechless and you're thinking. It stayed with me for such a long time. And I went into a lot of thought processes. We argued so much and I discussed so much with so many people. It changed a lot of things that inside of you. In the sense, actually this film turned me into an anti-feminist. In the sense that, the whole idea of that gender also being something that is used to empower you, where it should just be, men and women should just be. One should not need any kind of empowerment from anything. It should come from within and we should allow it to be. And this is the film that made me think like that. There's so much that it says, and it's very important that this is seen across the country. I wish it was also dubbed in various languages and seen across the country. Because I really think this is one film that should be seen across the country. And it doesn't give you any answers. What it does is poses a lot of questions. And it makes you question yourself and your actions and how you think and how you look at the world. It doesn't offer any solutions. It just holds a very, very strong mirror to you, where you just see yourself. And that's why I think this film needed to come out and needs to be seen. And I hope it makes the same impact it has made across the world, in this country, because it is about our country. It's about us. Thank you.
Thanks. That makes me want to see the film again. And I've seen it many times. So, there are a couple of other people here that I would like to introduce. The other person, of course, is Shimit Amin, who you guys all know. And Shimit and Anurag, of course, are two of my favorite filmmakers, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for both of them. And Shimit, I'll never forget this, but Shimit sent me the most beautiful email saying, "What can I do to help you?" Because it's, as I said, it's so difficult to release documentaries in India. I mean, we sort of think of them as as very aap and very doordarshan, and we don't realize that they've actually grown, and they're also a very valid form of storytelling. And Shimit wrote me this beautiful email, which really inspired me to try to get the film out. So if I could just ask Shimit to say a few things.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you for making this film. I actually innocently watched the film one night. It was at my dad's place, and Meg, my wife, saw it on the list. And I met Nisha the year before, and I wanted to see it from Blurb I read. And I watched the film, and I was just shaken. At the end of it, I realized all the films that are going on, being made in this country, and we're the biggest movie-making country in the world right now. And this is the only honest portrayal of what's going on in this country. This is the only film that I realized after being here for 10 years and seeing a lot of work. This is the only film that made me realize. And if we are here after watching this film, we are nowhere in the world. And if India's idea of progress is what we see right now, and you see this film, you realize we're nowhere. And that's what moved me and scared me. And I think I wrote you about that. And I think a lot of us, and including myself, try to make films, try to put an accurate portrayal of what's going on. And we put our bits in there. But this film to me, I've never seen anything like this, and the kind of way it made me move. I was just shaken, and I had to like walk out and just take a walk and just realize that, you know, what you've done is just amazing when try to portray this group of girls, you know, and I think I just realize how sad our state is, you know, and I think everybody, and it's actually ironic that this is the last place in the world this film is getting shown in, and I think it should have been the first place, you know, and I think I think your way of making this film, there are 100 questions I keep asking myself, and how you're able to see this, and how you're able to put it out there, and you know, and move me, and not portray anybody in one way or another. You're just there. It's just amazing, and I thank you for making this film.
I think the reason I was able to make the film that I made has, of course, a lot to do with the extraordinary women in the film.